I'm Taylor Barr, your midnight DJ.
That was Run Around by Blues Traveler. I'm Taylor Barr, your midnight DJ. And has anyone noticed the hum? The hum around town? It's been going for a few weeks now. I'm surprised no one has mentioned it, really. I can't get it out of my head. The low frequency constantly going. It's giving me tension headaches. But there's something else in it too. There's a secret in the noise. Maybe it's my mind playing tricks on me, but I'm pretty certain the frequency has been changing minutely, never enough to be noticeable, but I'm sure of it. From the sound from today feels different than the sound from yesterday. I can't place why though. It's just a feeling, I guess. The birds have been acting strange lately as well. Their usual patterns of sweeps and swirls have been more erratic, like spaghetti in the sky. Now that I think about it, all the animals I've seen recently have been acting weird, like there's a natural disaster coming or something. I'm no ornithologist, but I think birds know better than us when things get bad. It's because they can see further, because they're higher up in the air. I still hear it. I can't escape the hum. I have accepted this fate. What else can I do? Hum back? Please. That would never work. And I wouldn't dare to try. Up next, Calamity Song by the Decemberists. And after that, Way Less Sad by AJR. You just heard Fire by Black Puma. I'm Taylor Barr, your midnight DJ. And there is an island of mismatched socks, long forgotten and desperately searching for their pair. Some have been found. Even in all this mayhem, there is still connection, still another sock for the missing one. Some are perfect pairs. More often than not, the almost perfect pairs are off by just 1 degree, different size, one off color, the wrong shoe, the wrong foot, left or right, and there's many that have the perfect match in complement. It looks great. Some might even say it looks better than the original pairing. I would. I like it when socks don't match. Whoever said they needed to? Sure, humans enjoy symmetry every now and again, but that's so constrictive. Symmetry works for nature. Let's let socks have a different set of rules. They've earned it. Take the noble Argyle, for instance. Normally a quite professional look, but with only one sock it looks silly. So it pairs up with a solid color sock, and the colors match, 2 shades of a deep blue, and they actually look pretty nice. Some socks even form packs and drift off from the majority. They roam the wasteland in search for their match while sticking together in hopes to cover more ground. Most of the other socks look onto them with disdain. Why not just let yourself be happy? Yeah. Why not? Up next, Radio Song by REM, and after that, Letter to You by Bruce Springsteen. You just heard Arms of a Woman by Amos Lee. I'm Taylor Barr, your midnight DJ. And our bodies are weak. Our physical forms are wasteful. I'm sure you've noticed by now. You've stubbed your toe at some point in your life. You've been hurt. And if you've ever been to the restroom, well, then you know our bodies create waste. And I don't need to tell you that creating waste is, in its nature, wasteful. And a joint or a bone, when a piece on the inside gives out, it's only a matter of time until the rest of it does too. But don't worry, there is a solution. We have been collecting replacement parts for a few decades now and researching them diligently. and we have finally secured an understanding of how these work. Because of this research, we have finally developed replacement parts. Not exact replicas, no. These are better. Have you ever wanted full rotation capabilities? We can replace your knees with the perfect joint, able to move in any direction. Do you want to squat 500 pounds? Why stop there? Why not 2,000? With our new line of bionic bits, you too can have the power of a machine. What if I told you we could go beyond the flesh? Would you be interested in extra memory? To be able to quickly access any information that you have ever learned? I would. I would take that in an instant. Especially if I could plug it into my brain like a RAM stick. Up next, The Bandit by Kings of Leon, and after that, My Hero by the Foo Fighters. You just heard Pay Your Way in Pain by St. Vincent. I'm Taylor Barr, your midnight DJ. So a crab, an oyster, and an octopus swim into a bar. They order their drinks and get to talking. They're here on business, to discuss underwater business things, like the rules. What are the rules of business? The crab asks to the oyster, who responds, sea business. You have to remember the sea part. That's important because it's different from land business. The crab falls silent, having been just made particularly annoyed by the comment. He did not like to be corrected. Many consider him an aggravated, crabby individual, quick to be snippy and with a hard exterior. The octopus says, "Listen, I think there's some hostility here between us aquatic creatures. Why don't we make some efforts to not criticize one another and instead focus on working towards our shared goal, which is business, sea business?" They all agree and continue. And the oyster pipes up again. "So it's a C-class business." The creatures nod at each other in agreement. Good, now that's settled. And suddenly a shark burst through the bar windows, scattering glass and wood shrapnel across the seabed. Particles floated gently down because they're underwater. The shark makes its way through and makes quick work of the patrons, tearing limb from limb from limb from... There's 8 legs, it's an octopus. And after minutes of bloodshed, the shark finds its fill and leaves the bar. It was a sandbar, but up next, Say Hey by Michael Franti and Spearhead, and after that, Can I Believe You by Fleet Foxes. You just heard You by Benny Blanco, Marshmello, and Vance Joy. I'm Taylor Barr, your midnight DJ, and I found a very special leaf today. It's one of those magic leaves. You know, the fabled leaves of legend. Yes, I found a magic leaf, and it is everything to me. I'd give anything for this leaf, and here I am in its grace for next to nothing. I merely happened upon it. I'm a very lucky fellow. There's so much opportunity with this fragment of the whole. I could use it to summon other leaves. That would be cool. But I don't want to ruin the leaves for everyone else, and the townsfolk would probably kill me if they ever found out I was hoarding them. So that's out. Well, I could reanimate the dead. No, the townsfolk would certainly kill me. Well, what if I used it to see the future? Yeah, I'd probably use that to gamble, and then using my earnings, I would live an extremely comfortable life, probably buying a house and a plot of land on which to start a commune. Then, in my gratitude, I would erect a statue of the leaf, 40 feet tall and as radiant and illuminant as the original, in the center of town. After that, I would go on a raging bender, overstimulated by my immense wealth I have amassed, drown in the success, and overdose on my own power. I'd wake up in the hospital several weeks later and be welcomed by friends and family who thought I was in an irreversible coma. We'd make our way from the white walls and halls to the bright, clear sky, and I would look up and see the statue of belief that I had hired to be built 3 weeks prior. and then a group of townsfolk would probably beat me to death for my unwanted statue. Maybe I don't need this leaf. Up next, Shadow Boxer by Fiona Apple, and after that, Peach Fuzz by Camp. But before I let you go, it is just about midnight, dear listener. So, you'll hear me next week. Not a huge deal, I guess. Today was a pretty good day. Tomorrow will be even better.